So I knew what street she turned down, and so I'm going to make a right and come back that way, but I'm not going to go down that street. I'm going to stop right before it.
You're going down the road,
Yep.
and you're going to take the first right you can,
Mhm.
and then take the next right,
Right.
and hopefully get to the end of that street.
Exactly.
So you're making a square. And that makes
yes.
sense because that street, you'll know it. You did street smart. That street's a mile long. So it actually makes sense that all of that happened and you guys couldn't act. Are you speeding up? Are you just going the same speed or what?
No, I would speed up at this, noting that I am not being followed. I would speed up at this, and I would probably do it a little recklessly because I'm going to speed up and then make a right turn just to see if anybody else does it behind me in case there was more than one tail.
So street smart is still active.
Where's the fire?
Yep, it's on. The action is on you guys. As this is happening, you guys can do a little role play.
Well,
where's the fire, Simon?
They turned off. They turned off real quick. So they were probably being followed. I wonder if it is the guy that we talked to earlier. The cars were too far back. I couldn't see who was following them. They were blocking my view, but it could be the guy who was following who we approached in the vehicle. He may not have left. He may have just circled around to follow us when we left.
You think they're in trouble? I mean, maybe they'll find their own way.
Well, but I'm going to try to get there and watch and see if something happens and see if they need help. If the car comes out and goes on, then they'll pass by and everything will be fine. But if something's going down, we will be close.
All right. I tell Rebecca to be calm. And,
go ahead and tell her.
This happens all the time, Rebecca. And I jump in the front seat.
She's kind of like smiling and cooing as you get up really quick. She goes, huh? And falls back on the seat. Whoa, what? Oh. She kind of gets up. She's really sweaty. A little bit pale. Nord, since you made that bid before, you might get the sense that she's taken something.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe it's having a reaction with the alcohol. It's not necessarily bad, but you've been here before. At this point, you having been addict, you know this isn't just alcohol. Something's up. But maybe she just took something.
Sure. All right. Well, I'm going to jump up and
jump in the seat.
Let's just, I presume she'll be okay.
Yeah,
for now. Maybe it's
Simon.
better that she's out of it, you know?
Yeah, indeed. You got Simon up front on the wheel. Simon, are you how are you driving? Are you hunched over the wheel like Mr. Hyde? Are you like a Formula One driver? Did you put on a helmet? What's going on? You have gloves and sunglasses at night. What's the deal?
No, I'm probably driving. 10 and 2.
One-handed, tilt back all the way.
No, 10 and 2. I'm not hunched on the wheel, but I'm not leaned back. I'm straight ramrod,
Team
what they would have, yeah, what they would have taught us in
Is it Team Ramrod or
it's Car Ramrod?
Car Ramrod. You get a fucking pip for that. I will give a pip every time for Super Troopers.
Yeah, but so it's it is what they taught me in the academy on how to do evasive driving and that sort of stuff.
As Nord, you hear that of the engine, and Car Ramrod goes into action. It's clear at this point that Simon can drive. Throw down, Simon. We're going to give you grace or mind, because you could say it's how to drive, rote experience, whatever. It's up to you.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Grace. I think because it's more so. Even though I know how to drive, the fact that I can, or me reacting to the road because there's been all the rain and stuff like that. That it is more feeling the vehicle and feeling the road.
Sounds good. Threshold here is 1.
Oh, 3 with flair.
Boom. So you get a narrative point. Are you going to make this all sexy, or are you going to keep the narrative point?
Oh no, I'll make it all sexy. Like it's one of those like, so like you see me, like I tell you to be calm, and as Nord is climbing into the front, I will it like and so he's like, whoa, a little bit as he's getting into the front seat, and I take that first turn like normal. But then when I get to the end of the block to go to the next turn, like it's one of those where you see like the vehicle goes and like kind of fishtails a little bit, but then I've got it straight under control. And I as I'm getting closer to the street, I slowly start to slow down and just kind of slide right into like an empty parking spot at the end of the street because it's a narrative point, so I can do that.
Yep. You hear echoing in the distance.
What was that again?
Like a glove.
Oh, yeah.
Sexy. Nice. You also hear Nord saying, "This is pretty fucking hot, dude."
Nord, you're sitting there experiencing all of this. So the scene is the camera's at the front looking through the windshield. You've got, the engine going, Simon doing his thing. Nord, we're going to have you describe yourself in a second. And between two seats, holding herself up, one hand on either headrest, is Rebecca, looking gleeful. Nord, how are you dealing with all this? Are you bidding anything? Are you doing anything specific?
I think Nord wants to be like, he noticed the speeding up, and as soon as Simon started speeding up, Nord is thinking there's something up with her, that he needs to be involved with whatever Simon's going and doing. So Nord is going to leap in the front, and I'm presuming as soon as he starts about halfway, Simon's like weaving in and out of traffic, speeding up, slowing down, and he just kind of leans forward and tumbles over the front, and he'd probably just throw down. I probably won't bid anything, but completely avoiding actually touching Simon anyway, because he doesn't want to disrupt his driving. So he would lean and kind of fall over the seat to the passenger seat, and it's a pretty big car, so yeah. Hopefully, I would imagine if he fails, he'll just wind up in the passenger side floorboard.
make that reaction roll,
because I presume it's all happening at the same time. So like right as he's almost over is when Simon is screeching over to the side into the parking spot, and so he's got extra gravity like pushing.
Yeah. Yep. So you can bid or throw down. It's on you.
I'll just throw down.
All right, do it.
Is that brawn? Brawn?
Yeah, I could call that. I could call that brawn. Be fine. If you want to be all acrobatic about it, then Grace.
I think Grace would be better for me. I'd rather be acrobatic. Okay.
It's just going to be funny.
That's 2 successes.
All right, as you and Rebecca. So Rebecca is bracing herself. She's using brawn. You are tumbling around the back. Benny Hill music is playing as Simon, you see Nord's feet, like his sneakers, right? And like his socks, as he's like going back and forth. He's like, I got it. As he finally crawls over and dives into the passenger sort of nook where your feet should go. And in the process of all this, rights himself. By the end, when you're in the parking spot, Nord is sitting next to you in the passenger seat.
That was pretty sexy.
I'll give you a narrative point. Nice
It's-
bookend. I like that.
It's been a while since I've had an opportunity to drive like that.
Oh,
As
good.
you guys-
Felt like you.
As you guys are at the other end of the street, I'll describe what you see in a second, but any role play go.
All right, let's watch down here. I don't see the Corolla, so let's see if it comes out, or if a vehicle like that other vehicle comes out. Let's watch.
Sure.
We may have been too
I'll-
late, but that's why I tried to go quick.
I'll bid my camera and take a zoom in, see if I can see anything down the way.
As you zoom in, so first things first, you guys are about 3/4 of a mile down the road. It's a pretty straight shot. You will see some headlights, just a pair of headlights, and these really dark amber running lights, all the way down, and then a spotlight turn on from the car. Nord, as you use your telephoto lens, you notice that Leah is sleeping on the side of the road,
Ooh.
just tuckered out. I'm just poking fun at you, Leah. Just poking fun. You got to realize you're huge on my screen right now. All right. You notice Simon, God damn it. Fucking Tony fall out of the car and Leah throw this tarp over the Corolla, and they scuttlebutt into one of the alleys.
I am totally
As-
going to take a photo of that.
Shh, you have that photo. You know what? You keep on taking these good photos. We'll say that you can have. I'll give you a choice. Actually, we'll leave it up to a vote to everyone else, not you. You can either have special film as ninja gear, or you can have a trait on your camera. Because you've been using this camera a lot in the film in these seminal moments. So, oh, motherfucker. Hail, hydrate everyone. We have to hydrate. It has been spoketh on the chat. Everybody
Use
drink.
points though.
Indeed, nostalgic. You got to use points, but we're gonna do it anyway. But use points.
Finished off my Woodford. We'll have to take a break
That's
to
right.
get more.
Yeah. All right. So, chat, you can join in on this. Does Nord have special photo film, or does he get a new trait on his camera? So, what do you guys say? Let's ask really quick. Let's ask Nord. Which one do you want?
I would love a special
Big
trait. You know how
nostalgia.
hard it is to get film. It's not like we stop. I mean, he probably has a ton of rolls of film just on his person. He probably has like a couple of 35.
So which
shot.
one do you
He's not-
want more, and we'll see what they want to give you.
So it's a special film, or what is the other one again?
Or a trait on your camera.
I think a trait on my camera would be great.
All right, what are you guys doing? Chat says trait on the camera. What do you guys choose?
I say trade on the camera.
Yeah, that works for me too.
I mean, it's that, but what do you say, Tony?
Yeah, trade on camera.
All right. Everybody says a trait on the camera. So you get a trait on the camera, whatever you want it to be.
Nice.
This is where Will goes. So you get special film.
So you get special.
Like film that just
In-
develops magically.
in actually film that could see ghosts. But
Yeah, that's what I want.
But the trait on the camera is better mechanically. Okay. So trait on the camera, Better? I mean, you could make it sees ghosts. I mean, you could do a lot of cool shit with it.
Sure.
All right. Rounds begin. The world action. The Corolla has been tarped. The Oldsmobile is lurking forward. Gets up to the Corolla. The bad guys go. So remember, there's 4 pieces to DreadLore rounds. There's the world action, which we just did. There's the cunning round, which someone has to spend cunning for that to happen. Then there's the bad guys, then there's the players. So we're in the cunning round. I'm assuming no one's spending cunning because you're not saying you are. The bad guys go. Remember, you can interrupt the bad guys. As the Oldsmobile comes up and stops alongside the Corolla, do they notice what it is with the tarp? Let's have a roll. It's D8s. We'll say Nord, please roll me a D8 and a D10 and add 3.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That is 3 successes. I rolled a 10. So that's
6.
success.
All right. This is pretty good.
Wait, it's a 7-1 or 2 successes?
It's 1.
Okay,
Yep.
3.
4 to 7 is 1 success. 8 up is 2. All right. So, Corolla stops. I'm sorry. The Oldsmobile stops. Door opens. Bad guys are going. As you see this detective-like figure, Nord, you'll see it pretty clearly since you got your telephoto lens. Simon, you'll see that there's from the light, you see someone got out of the car, but you can't see who it is. Leah and Tony, assuming you're at the corner and looking, you can see, are you there or have you gone down the alley?
I'm on the corner.
Okay, what about you, Tony?
I guess I'm on the corner, not making as much noise as I thought.
All right. So, everyone sees it but Simon. This man build, like a V shape, overcoat, rain jacket. As the chat says, Dick Tracy type. Yes. Total fucking fedora going on, all grays and such, dark browns. Steps out, and slowly you hear their footfalls, clack, 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 clack. Walks over to the Corolla. Moves some of the tarp, looks in. You see them put their hand on the window. Now, you 3 are looking. You can bid or throw down. It's up to you to note anything in particular. This is a bit of a trick question. Okay? But I'm not going
I
to tell you
can't
why.
because I'm just too far away, right?
Correct.
And I can bid my camera.
Yep.
I will throw down.
Okay, do it. Threshold is 0, so you just need 1 success to see this as this person puts their hand on the camera and the window, and something happens.
You got 2.
So I got 3.
All right, so both of you have narrative points from this because you bid about 2 or more. What about you, Tony?
So what am I rolling to see it?
We'll say wits and action die.
All right, so that would be. All right.
I like all right.
1 success.
That's all you need. All right. Simon, you note Rebecca. She's sitting there between the seats. Across from you, or to your side, you see Nord. Probably, I'm assuming Nord, you've rolled down the window.
No, I'm just looking straight through.
Okay.
Is it raining?
No.
If the window
Yeah, for once it's
got
not
water
raining.
on it, if the window
Yeah, it
has
does.
water on it,
It does.
I'd probably roll down the window so I can get
Yeah,
it
so
clean.
you've rolled down the window. Simon, you note the window is down.
Hmm.
As Nord has this huge lens, he's like leveled outside of the window. It's like sticking out like a comic strip. Just as Rebecca's sitting there, Simon, you note maybe some of her sweat actually drops onto your hand, as maybe your hand is over here. And you look up at her. She's sweating bullets. We're going to make a roll for Rebecca really fast. I'm going to leave this to Leah. Hey, Leah. Do a D10 and a D10. So 2D10 plus 2.
So that is 2 successes.
Is that 2 total plus the 2? Or is that...
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
Or sorry, no. No, sorry. That's 4 successes total.
Okay, 4. So that's limbo. So 2 limbos is what she's gotten. And usually it's 3 rolls when it comes to toxins and poisons. As she's sitting there and you notice, Simon, she's kind of wincing. Maybe like she's in pain. But she's toughing it out. She looks down at you. Her eyes are bloodshot, a little bit dilated. She doesn't look sick, but she doesn't look great. As she looks at you, she says, looking directly into your eyes, "You're beautiful."
Did you take something earlier besides the drinks?
Oh, I took it all.
Okay. If you need to lay down in the back seat, take a little nap. Maybe you'll feel a little better.
You
Let me
okay?
do a fate roll really quick. Let's do a fate roll.
All right.
So I'm not going to let Leah or Nord do this. It's got to be you two.
Okay. Well-
Yeah. Who's fortune? Who's false fortune?
What do you want, Hulker?
I'll be fortune.
Okay. So I will be false.
So here are the stakes. Chat, you can affect these stakes in a slight manner if you wish. You just have to do so before the results are finalized. Okay. The stakes. Fortune. We're going to go with false fortune for it first. Leah is pretty pissed at Rebecca, we all know. Was Rebecca lying about Marcus? False fortune. Rebecca was lying hard. She fucked the shit out of Marcus. The dog shit. They do it regularly. She loves him. That's false fortune. She has plans and shit, okay? Fortune, she was telling the truth. Because Rebecca is about to spill the goddamn beans to Nord and Simon. So we're going to find out what it is. Let's give it a good 10 seconds for the chat to have a chance.
How can the chat alter it? Do they just need to say they want
They
to
will need
alter
to
it,
drop,
or-
they'll need to do a narrative point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, will that narrative point let them make the decision, or just alter the...
Alter the fortune and false fortune.
Okay.
Okay, she won't look sick. She will just be really happy, really sweaty. Okay, well, she's. We'll say that because this is to the chat. We'll say that because Nord had been addict, so he knows the signs, and Simon is a detective or a former detective, so he knows the signs. So she doesn't look sick. She just looks, compromised.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna give going for that point to drop fortune. All right. Okay. So the chat is all about the fortune. Let's do it. Let's roll. When those channel points fly, then we'll see what happens. Hit it. Uh-oh, Holker has the face. He's got the Holker face.
27.
60.
All right,
Ooh.
so chat, did you drop channel points? If you did, then they get to re-roll both sides.
Channel points.
Boom, chat, boom, chat.
Channel points. Channel points. Channel points. Let's hear some channel points.
we need to get better at this.
Do it.
Do it. One of us. Waiting. We'll give it about 5 more seconds.
Oh,
Do they drop a pip or a cunning on the
poor
chat?
Rebecca.
Oh,
Sex workers are people.
oh, she did. 250. All right, it's a narrative point. So you guys get a reroll. Nice. Do it.
$69.
Of course, nostalgic would get the 60.
Well, and I rolled a 79.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
no. Oh,
Ooh.
no.
I'm going to, I'll use,
Ooh.
Yeah, the chat's invested. I think you guys need to invest in proficiency.
I'm doing a movement
All right,
proficiency.
do it.
Okay.
All right, make the
I'm going to break
reroll.
out the rubber die.
Bouncy.
Nostalgic says yes.
Yep.
I mean, Nord would definitely wear rubber. I mean, there's no
2
question.
rubbers.
Maybe 3. You got to wrap that up. Well, it's for girth.
Right.
I got an 88.
Okay. I got a 9 that time.
All right. The 9 fails us. So, as Rebecca, which for the record, Rebecca didn't, in my notes, Leah, Rebecca did not have affairs with Marcus. So this was a seminal collaborative storytelling point as she spills the beans. And she says, breaking out the rubber dice. Oh, the rubber dice. Oh, was that a joke? I didn't
Yes.
get oh my God. All right, so both the chat and Volker get a pip. Okay. As she says, okay, listen, I have to tell you the truth. She's talking to Simon. I have to tell you the truth. We really didn't do anything, I swear. I mean, he's such a great man. He was so scared for Mariah and so scared for Leah. She says, as you see her kind of like, but I'm telling you, whoever they were helping out, her and that guy, I mean, she was bleeding everywhere and she didn't want to go to the hospital and they didn't know what to do. And poor Marcus was so scared. And Cloyce took the car and we just waited for at least 2 or 3 nights. I don't know what he would have done. And she just sort of stares off at Nord. We should make love right here.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Not in my car.
She starts to
Not
undress herself.
in my car.
I feel, is she okay? I mean, I don't think she's okay.
As Rebecca is topless in your car.
Nice. I feel like Nord is going to reach into his pocket and pull out some poison and like give it to her.
As she's sitting there with the titties out, ready to go.
That's fine.
As you lean forward to put something in her mouth, she goes, "Oh yeah, baby," and leans back. I don't know if that's actually what chicks say. Never been in that situation because I'm that way. Anyway, as Simon, what are you doing? I'm waiting on this narrative point.
Nord, not in my car. I'm going to walk down.
I would never. Not. She's way too fucked up, man. I got morality. I got some ethics. You know.
I'm going to
I'm
walk
not fucked
down.
up. I feel good. I feel great. Oh my
She
stomach.
does not feel good.
We need to.
Are you sweaty? I'm sweaty.
You are sweaty.
Rebecca,
I mean,
we need.
sweat.
Pooling sweat. She's
We
like
need to
taking off
talk
her
about-
shoes.
Rebecca, we need to talk about the girl who was bleeding when I get back. And then I will open up the door quietly, get out of the car and shut the door. I've taken the keys and I'm putting my collar up, pulling my hat down and walking down the street on the opposite side of, like I'm just walking down the street.
All right.
All right, we'll be right
what do you
back.
what do you
I'm gonna-
bid to do this? Yeah, do
I'm
it.
going to bid, I'm gonna bid calm, because basically it's like I don't even know what's going on there. I'm just walking down the street to my destination, not paying attention to what's going over there, but paying attention to what's going on over there.
Yeah, you're pretty far away. You're just walking down the street. This is not opposed, so there's no reason for it to be,
Right.
and it's not difficult to do. So your bid flies in the car in the Buick. Nord,
Yeah, I'm
What are you
gonna
doing?
roll up the window and open the door.
Oh yeah. She sort of mutters, "Privacy, yeah, it's so quaint."
I'll be right back, and lock the door and shut it quietly.
You do. All right. You got to do something.
I follow Simon.
Oh, you
at
follow.
a distance.
Oh. As you
Follow
lock,
Simon.
you lock the door. Hold the handle up. When you close the door.
Yeah, you got to hold it.
Yeah,
for
that's right.
sure.
As you do that, and Rebecca is just in the back seat, locked in the car, waiting for something that's not going to come. As Nord, are you bidding something to follow after Simon? You note as he moves to the opposite side and he walks casually, he just seems like a normal person. In fact, for a moment, maybe even like you look around and say, "Oh shit, is she? Or is he there? Oh, there he is. Duh, that's him." Are you going to bid anything to follow suit?
I'll bid hide.
Yep. So describe how that goes.
Well, as he's going normal, Nord is very used to crawling around and, slipping through shadows and to sneak up on things and catch people in awkward moments, because that's when you get the best photographs. And so he's just kind of keeps his distance and listens and just slowly. He probably moves a little slower than Simon,
Yep.
but is hidden in his path.
As you're doing that, up near the corner, finally, it's like in slow motion. The guy is putting his hand on the window. You two note he has a blue glove on, a dark, maybe purplish, ribbed blue glove. As he does, it's not a flash, but you see sort of like a glow on the windshield. It's like glass heating up, so it's turning sort of an amber, sort of a bright amber. And you hear this crackling as his hand pushes through the window. And the window seems to be gone. As he unlocks the door and opens it and gets in, the door is still open, and he's rummaging around in it inside the vehicle. That's the bad guy turn. It is on the players. We'll start with you two since you've been waiting. And you're right there.
After said, do I notice anybody else in the vehicle?
I'm sorry?
Do I notice anybody else in the vehicle?
As you look, it has the spotlight trained on your Corolla. Let's say high or low. Which one do you want? Nord, will you roll me a d12? So it's high.
It was high.
As you think you see a silhouette in the passenger seat.
Okay. So while I see the other guy rummaging through my car, I'm going to slowly and carefully start walking up to the driver's side of the Oldsmobile.
Okay, you'll have to... So your car is in front. The Oldsmobile is like it's parallel parking with it. So it's here's the street, your car, then the Oldsmobile right next to it. So you're walking in front of your car and the Oldsmobile.
I would have gone to a street behind my car if there was available.
Okay, so you would go down the alleyway from the corner, and you'd have to come either around the block or somehow through the building and the chain link fence. You can attempt to do that, but it's going to take you a little bit of time. Because you're at the corner of this building, and a stone's throw, so 15, 20 feet away from you is where the car is. For you to go around the block, you got to go around the building that's there. Or through it and, through the gate.
Well, in that case, I'll just go ahead and just walk right up to it.
All right, you stroll right up there. Are you going to bid anything? Or you just going up there?
I will bid, let's see. I'll bid, adaptable.
Yep. How are you doing this, Leah, to where it makes sense? What is the feel? You've got adaptable. So that's the stepping off point for how does this work? What are you capitalizing on?
I'm capitalizing on the fact that the one guy's, preoccupied with, searching the vehicle. And the other guy is likely, looking around the car to see, to keep an eye out for him. So yeah, I'm capitalizing on the fact that they're both probably too distracted to notice me walking, like, who's going to walk straight up to the vehicle? Basically.
Right, I dig it. So they don't get reactions, but they do have a bonus defense. Mm-hmm. So, throw down, threshold is 2. Despite there being 2 of them, I do think that you're right, they're distracted. So it'll just be threshold of 2.
So this would be probably Grace, I think.
I think Grace would be fine.
So that is... I'm going to re-roll a movement.
Yep. Meanwhile, you other two are moving up, and Tony, you're watching this. The action will be on Tony, and then you have to. All right. Leah, as Tony, you see Leah just pop around the corner and walk directly up past her car, the front of it, past the front of the Oldsmobile, and to the passenger or to the driver's seat. Tony, what are you doing as this is happening?
I'm kind of dumbfounded because Leah, I feel like Leah just bailed on me once and now is bailing on me again. So I'm just going to hang back right here.
All right. So you're kind of holding your action. We're going to go to Nord and Simon to see what you guys are doing, because Leah, the action is really on you, whatever it is you're about to do. So Nord and Simon, as you're walking up, the action's on you guys. What are you guys doing?
I am still walking basically in a straight line.
Very inconspicuous.
Yep. Like my head's forward, but my eyes are looking to the left.
Yep.
So and I won't make an action until I get past their vehicle. So
yeah,
with it being the distance, I don't know how long that'll take exactly, but I won't do anything till I get past the vehicle or if something happens.
So for both of you, if you bid, you can close the distance a lot quicker. And you see, it's about 3/4 of a mile. You're not looking like you're running, of course. If you bid, you can get pretty close, and next round, you would be able to act and interact with the scene. It's up to you.
I will bid power through,
Okay.
Which is my trait. So for me, it's like I've got my collar pulled up and I'm got my hand on my hat and I'm holding it and I start to pick up speed like it's chilly outside and I'm trying to get where I'm going quicker because I'm a little chilly.
Simon's footfalls are tack, 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 tack as he's kind of power walking, hauling ass down the way. He's walking like you normally walk, Nord, and is nearly to the car. Right. Simon, you're close enough to where you see Leah as she pops around the corner, walks up to the driver's seat and starts to do something. Nord, what are you doing while this is happening?
Being concerned for my friends who seem like they are in a place, I am going to bid my background ranger and speed up. And just kind of hands and knees move, crab crawl faster.
Yep. As you're kind of like ducked down, kind of jogging, just in the shadow of Simon. And you're able to see whatever hell Leah has planned.
I think with Nord, it's like him jumping between cars and going from one hiding space, and then he ducks and runs to the next hiding space and stops, and then runs.
Like over a car.
Yeah, and he probably does a lot of stop, go, stop, hold, hides in plain sight, and then dash.
Something is happening in the Buick, but you guys don't know it, and child locks are not a thing in this era. That's just a cutscene. We'll get to that in a second. I've left it up to the chat to decide. Leah, the action is on you. Everyone's watching. What do you do?
Okay. When I get up to the driver's side, is the window down or is it closed?
The window will be up.
Okay.
Actually, no. The window will be down. It'll be down to like just enough.
Okay. Like, are we talking like a crack or like halfway down, or?
You could put your hand in it or your arm through it if you wanted.
Okay. In this case.
Or a gun.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you have planned, it's big enough.
Yeah. So at this point, particularly after seeing that magic bullshit where the guy just reached through my window, Leah has at this point she has no illusions that these people are involved in some shady shit. So honestly, Leah will just straight up reach in and point the gun at the other guy's head and pull the trigger, and it'll be the 38 special gun.
You see sitting in this car looking over at apparently his partner, a very similarly dressed man. This man is tall and slender. Has his hat is off. He's got kind of ruddy skin, American Indian, long, straight black hair that's pulled back into a ponytail. Kind of looks like Steven Seagal. You can just say he's young Steven Seagal. He has icy looking eyes that are just difficult to describe. And you see the bulge in on his shoulder holster, as well as on a hip, as well as on his leg. This guy's got guns, and in his lap is a shotgun. He's holding it. His two hands have long, dark blue gloves on them. And there's this weird powder on them as well. As he doesn't see you. This you got your bid. You just kind of go for this. So to actually shoot him, you do need to bid. Because the bid was to get there and have this go down. So go ahead and bid.
The bid is precise.
All right, bid precise, and you'll need to throw down thresholds too
and then,
to hit this guy.
Well, and also I'll go. Ooh, I will
Tony,
also
you see,
bid,
you all see her pull a gun out, put it in a window. Go on.
I'll also bid Callus to activate Master at Arms.
Nice.
Which gives me automatic 2 successes.
Yep, so you're at limbo.
And then
So don't roll 2 ones.
Yeah, really. So that is 2 extra successes, so 4.
All right. So you have a narrative point because you beat it by 2. And roll the damage, 2d4 plus 1. And you're using the rune bullets, right?
Yes. So that is a total of 6 damage.
And so 6 is what you rolled?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so...
yeah, so it'll be a 7.
So what did you roll on the dice?
I rolled 6 on the dice, so then it'd be plus 1.
Oh, right. So you get 7. Now, because you beat him by 2, you add 2 to it. So it's 9.
Okay.
Right? Whatever the difference is, you get to add as extra damage.
Gotcha.
Oh, this poor man. All right, give me... I'm going to give you guys all reactions as you hear, BLAM! Leah shooting somebody in a car. What are you all doing? Go down the line.
I run up to Leah with my gun about maybe not brandished, but about ready to be drawn.
Yep, you absolutely do. Leah, as you fire this gun, I'm going to have a description, but the rest of you describe what is your reaction as this happens.
I will put my hand in my pocket on my gun and start to run that way as well, going, what the... I won't yell it, but I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're right there. This is an action on your idea, or on your turn. You absolutely can be right there next to her if you want.
Yeah.
Same with you, Nord.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try and stay hidden, and if the other guy pulls his weapon, I'll just cover the other guy.
All right, so you have a little bit of cover. Leah?
I'm gonna pull out my pistol.
Or I should say, Leah, when you shoot this rune bullet, you hear in your mind, just a second. You don't hear that, you hear something else. Someone sing a song.
We do have some pretty hardcore drum and bass happening in the background.
Do you really?
We've got an ad coming up in 30 seconds.
Can we
Nostalgic.
snooze it?
It's grinding.
No, it's already been snoozed to me.
This would be great. You say 30 seconds? Awesome. So this would be an
20
awesome. Or
seconds.
50. Okay, it's cool.
Yeah.
You hear in your mind. I've been drinking, so I don't know if I can do this. Erishkaga. La mahela rebulo recos. As you shoot this gun, a wild explosion of energy as this man turns and for a moment doesn't know what's going on, and then his eyes wide open. Ad break?
It's in
Ad
it
break
now,
ends.
yeah.
Nice. Okay, let's take a 1.5 minute break, and we'll be right back at it.
Sorry, what did he say happened? Leah, you shot.
Energy. This is not
no,
a normal...
now we're back.
When this happens, an explosion of energy when you shoot the gun, Leah. Anyone nearby who's watching, it looks like a missile shoots out of the gun. It's this red hot energy. It's like a Star Wars blaster. Blow! Not at all natural. You smell immediately the inside of the car heat up and just kind of scorch lightly. So burnt dust all over whatever was in the car. You hear a groan as The man is shot, obviously. He flinches just in time to where the bullet doesn't hit his head, but it does shoot him in the chest. Leah, blood splatters forth on you from the impact of this bullet. As you see behind the man, just this splatter all over the back of the car. And he's thrust back into the vehicle. It rocks, which is weird because you don't rock. You have the normal recoil on the gun. The sound in your or the voice in your head, you might wonder, did anyone else hear it? You didn't. They didn't. Make a sanity roll.
And that's mind.
Yep. You see the man.
So that is a total of 1 or 2. Sorry.
You see the man lurch forward, holding his chest. You can tell he should be dead, but you, being who you are, you know he's not. He's still able to fight. He's just very wounded.
Okay.
He looks up. One of his eyes, the blood vessels have just popped. He looks like half a Sith Lord. And you see him gripping. Knuckles would be white underneath his blue gloves, this shotgun. And he's gritting his teeth through blood. With sanity roll of 2, you don't lose, you don't gain a derangement, but you do gain a flaw. As that voice impacts your mind, and it kinda won't go away. Like an echo or like an ear ring, a ringing in the ears that you're not sure if it's there or not. So you get a flaw. You can choose what it is.
Okay.
But it's something dealing with these words. Okay. The rest of you have gone on your player turn. This has happened. Top of the round world action.
I will go ahead and spend a cunning.
Well, world action goes first.
Okay, fair.
And then the bad guy, or then the cunning.
Yeah.
Nostalgic wants to know that we shoot a lot of people. Do we have a trigger happy trait?
Someone should. Nostalgic, if you want to drop...
Nord's just taking pictures.
If you want to drop some channel points, you can give one of them a trigger happy trait. Ha 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 ha. All right. This bullet having been loosed, something has changed in the air. There's a smell. All of you, since you're around there, can smell. It's a gunpowder and like a cinnamon mixed with maybe blood. It's a sweet smell, but burnt. Almost like a sacrifice. Something old, memories of long forgotten days, tribal days. Hunter-gatherer days, runs through your minds. Something wild is in the air. And here and there, pitter-patter of drops of rain. Cunning round. Anyone drop cunning?
I did.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Who is dropping cunning?
I'm going to, but can I drop cunning to then be in like a hold position? Or is that a waste of cunning?
Yeah. Cunning means that you just get that extra turn.
Yeah, because I want to drop it, and so then I'm waiting to see if the other guy does something. And then if he starts to move, then I'll react to him, if that makes sense. Okay.
Leah, the chat is giving you trigger happy as a flaw.
Okay.
So you gain essentially a trait for it. All right. So what, the rest of you with cunning, what are you doing? Oh, let's start on Leah because she's got to go pretty soon. Leah, what are you doing?
Well, screw it. I'll just go ahead and bid the new trait trigger happy to shoot again.
All right. So here's a rule. I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's in the DreadLore core book. You can fire off multiple rounds. It's limited by the kind of firearm you have. This one you could shoot 2. I mean, it's a revolver, so you could go bam, bam. Doing so gives you a chaos die. So the idea is you can get extra successes with it. Of course, it's a chaos die, so it can kind of mess you up. So the idea is it messes with your aim and such. There are abilities, if you ever want to look at the book, to make that chaos die not a chaos die, and instead it's just an extra die. So take a look at that when you get a chance. So if you want to do it, let me know. If you don't, it's fine. Do you want to blow him away or not?
No, yeah, I'm going to shoot him.
All right, you're going to give him the good news. Are you going to shoot him multiple times or just once?
Just once.
Okay. What do you bid?
So I bid trigger happy, and then I'll go ahead
Chat says double
and,
tap it. Chat says double tap it.
Okay, I can do that. That's fine. If not,
I think you got to double tap it. All right, so you bid trigger happy.
Okay.
Awesome. Throw down.
and then I'll also bid steadfast to activate master at arms again.
Yes, good.
To give myself 2 successes. And then
And you get that.
So now I have a chaos die that I'm adding to.
So you'll have the D6, which is a chaos die. And then you have your action, which is a D10, and whatever your grace is.
Yes. Okay, so that's a D8. So I got a 10 on the D10, so I have 2 successes. I got a 4 on the D8 and a 2 on the D6.
All right. So that's how many?
So that's a total of 5 successes with the extra 2 for the master arms.
And this dude, now that he's seeing you, he will react. All right. Nord, will you roll me a D8 and a D10? I'm going to give this guy, I'm going to make it impaired. Go ahead.
3.
What? 3? All right, go ahead and roll it again and take the worse. Because he's in a car, he can't really get out. I'm going to give him, I'm going to say his dice are impaired.
That's 4.
All right, so, well, he takes the worst. So 3 plus his 2, so 5. So you are at limbo right now. You going to do any proficiencies to reroll? Essentially what that means is you hit him, but you deal half damage.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do a violence 1 to try and reroll the D6 and see if that gives me better.
Do it.
Yep, so that gives me one more success.
Boom.
6 successes.
So nostalgic, you're the reason this happens. I just want you to know that, okay? All right. As Simon and everyone up there, you see Leah kind of grit her teeth and go ham. So you're down 3 rounds. Again, this sound. At this point, who's nearby?
I would be close.
Does that mean nearby?
Actually,
Well, like I would be probably like within 5 feet. So is
that means
nearby?
really near. So you're within close point blank distance. Who else is close?
I'm a bit further away, but I'd probably be 15 feet.
So you're at a short distance. So that means you're close. What about you, Nord?
And
Are you further back?
I'm on the other side of the other guy, so I'm probably relatively far away. I'm close to the other guy.
Erishkaga. Lama hella rebulo vekos. You hear the chant continue, repeated over and over and over. Erishkaga. Lama hella rebulo veka. as you release these 2 bullets. Something definitely unnatural. Everyone makes sanity rolls.
What is sanity?
Mind.
Mind. Okay.
So Nord, if you're too far away, then you don't hear it, then you do not have to make this roll.
Oh, well, I'm on the other side of the other guy, probably behind him.
It's up to you. Do you hear it or do you not hear it?
Again.
And I was
Okay.
also pretty far away from Simon. So
All right.
I was probably, I would say 30 feet away.
So for Leah, the threshold is not 2 anymore because you just made one. It is 3. Ergo, you are failing right now.
I'm fine. I'll take that. I'll take the derangement.
All right, hit that derangement, and you get another flaw. This one will be bloodthirst. As you feel yourself biting your tongue until it bleeds. Roll damage.
What would that be? D4?
That'd be 2d4. Normally it's +1. However, because you're using these rune bullets, it's actually plus 3. So 2d4 plus 3.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're really, really, really powerful.
And that would be twice because you shot him twice, right?
No,
No.
the extra damage is from the chaos die.
That's 7.
So you rolled 7 total, and you got
No,
5.
that's
And you get a plus
No,
1
it's
because you beat.
No, I rolled a 4, and it was the plus 3.
Yep, but you beat him. You beat his threshold by 1, so you get that bonus 1. Right, so you have 8. His threshold was 5, and you got 6. Yeah.
Okay, I was confused. I thought you were telling me to roll damage against myself because I bit my tongue.
No.
Okay.
Right. How does this happen, Leah? Because you just murdered the shit out of this guy.
Just because these things are so ridiculously, crazy when they shoot, I'm gonna say it probably just like straight up blows out. Like it's at first you see the blood splash, then just blows out his window.
Who's on the opposite side? Who's on that side of the car? Nord, are you on that
His
side
partner.
of the car?
Yeah, I'm probably closer to his partner. I'm maybe 10 feet away from behind his partner.
Nord, you find brain matter and blood on your shoes and the bottom part of your leg. As his partner turns, the red-headed man, in fact, Simons was correct, turns and gets a Quentin Tarantino face full of blood. As the detective in the passenger seat, his head is just gone. Anyone else has spent cunning, it's technically your turn. And Leah, I know you got to go. Wait for this, and then you can go right after this.
Okay. So, Hulker, you didn't spend cunning, right? Nord, if you I'm waiting to see if the red-headed guy comes towards us. Then
you'll interrupt his action when he does.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
And you can tell he's probably going to.
Well, I know, but I'm
You're waiting
being prepared for. Yeah.
Nord.
Because he's turned, I'm gonna take this moment, and I'll probably, I've seen him glow, and I've had enough of these people glowing, so I too will, double tap, try and hit just the back of his neck.
Okay. We will resolve that in just a second because I know Leah's got a roll with the headache and such. Nord turns, levels his gun, and starts to fire. Simon, you're waiting on the redheaded guy to get up. An engagement starts happening. You're going to get a chance. Tony, you're watching. Leah, As you see this in your peripheral vision, you see the dead man. Essentially, his face is gone. Suddenly, his hands grip the shotgun. The dead body shoves open the door and steps out. Blood and such spilling out. This horrible moan coming as it walks around the car too fast, leaving trails of this blood. You find yourself moving backwards, shooting at it. As it is unaffected, it grabs you by the throat, and you hear it scream at you in guttural fashion. Erishkaga. As Leah, you turn white and pass out. The rest of you, none of that happened. This is all in Leah's mind. In that way, you can roll.
All right. See you guys.
Yes, go take some medicine, drink some water.
Good to feel better.
Bye.
All right. Nord, you don't notice, we'll say, that Leah is sweating profusely, eyes wide, walking backwards. Tony and Simon, you see this happening. Nord, the action is on you. You're shooting this guy. What do you bid?
Yeah, and I presume he has his gun out, that he's gonna shoot my friends. And I just saw him do these supernatural things.
Yep.
So I'm acting and
being this
away.
close, is it the guy from the car earlier?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I recognize him from before, right?
Yeah.
Like, this guy's an enemy to me.
Yep, same guy.
So
Or looks like the same guy anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like the most marksman-y guy, but I'm gonna bid my pistol and my ability marksman to put 2 in the back of his head.
All right, you're on the opposite side of him because he's looking that way. Yep. The window.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, are you on the sidewalk at the passenger side, or are you in between the cars?
I was probably more on the sidewalk.
Okay, so the window is up, so you're aware.
The window is up for.
Yeah, for this guy. So if you're at the passenger side window, the window is up. He did some juju on the driver's side window.
Well, I thought you would be a car down.
Yeah, I thought he was on the passenger side window for some reason. I'd still be down the street a little bit.
If you spend a pip, then he can be, because it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, the way I pictured it in my head was he was on the passenger side window. Yep. So yeah, I'll spend a pip. So I mean, I've got cars in between me, and it would have allowed me to sneak up.
Absolutely. So it turns out he was
side.
at the passenger side because he was being, nice and walking on the sidewalk. As indeed, he's looking at the action and not you, as you put your gun to the back of his head. Make it rain. What do you bid?
Yeah. No, I'm going to bid my pistol and marksman, which is an ability.
That sounds good.
Is it? I mean, I feel like that's what I got.
The ability, does it have any upgrades?
No, it does not.
Okay, so you don't really need to bid it because it doesn't give you any bonuses.
Okay.
Now, if you bid whatever the trait is, so marksman, to do the action, and then you bid your pistol, then you would get the extra die for the pistol.
Oh yeah, so I'll bid marksman, and then I'll do what you said.
Cool. Yep. And does the pistol have any traits on it?
It does not. It's just
so it's
a normal.
It's a normal pistol.
Well, I mean, the pistol.
Any magic bullets in there?
No, there's no magic bullets. It's just a regular old, like.
All right. So it gives you a D4. So you have your grace, your action, and a D4.
Okay. Is it just one D4?
Yeah. That's the extra die you get for the pistol. And because you're so close, I mean, he's not going to get a reaction roll. He doesn't know you're there. So it's a threshold of 2.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, I will give you a D6 extra die for the trouble, because this entire time you've been sneaking up and he doesn't know you're there.
Yeah.
So you get a D4, a D6, extra die. It's not a mishap. And your normal roll. You need threshold 2 up.
So that's a D10, a D4, and a D6.
And whatever your grace is.
Oh, and a grace.
Yeah.
Which is
get a whole bunch of dice.
8. It's a bunch of dice. I mean, I feel like I got a whole bunch more dice than I was expecting to have, which is pretty sad because I only have two successes, and
you use some of those proficiencies on that.
I am going to use my expression to reroll one of the dice.
All right.
So,
how is the expression working?
Well, I mean it.
All right, you spent a pip for it. I'll give it to you. Do it.
I really mean it.
Yeah, you mean this. No, you already spent the pip.
I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated that I'm not at this club learning more. He's like disrupted my whole night, this guy, and I have brains on me. I'm gonna have to clean off. So like it pisses me off a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's a 3rd success.
All right, boom. All right, roll thy damage. It's 2d4 plus 1, I believe, on that pistol.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do the keeper.
You're doing a headshot. So there are called shots in the book, and essentially there's a table that gives you ideas for how to deal with them. It really is situational based. In this regard, I'm just going to use the book since it's streaming and everything. I believe it is a +4 damage, I think, for a headshot. But let me look that up really fast. What'd you get on your roll?
Well, I got a 3 and a 2, so it's 5 plus 1, which is 6.
Okay, and it's page 240 in this sexy book of mine. So good. It really is really well laid out. And holy shit, I'm so good. So what you get, you could gain an other condition like woozy, or bewildered, which is really bad, or stunned, that kind of thing. Assuming he survives, he'll gain all of that. Could deal 0 to an extra die of D4. So you get an extra die D4 of damage. So what is the damage you rolled?
6.
So 6, roll a D4 on top of that. That's the extra damage you get for the headshot.
And that's another 4. So it's 10.
Jesus Christ. All right. Poor him. And we're going to give him, essentially, he's bewildered. For player characters, the condition bewildered means you have to spend 2 traits instead of 1 to do things. Stunned and bewildered are physical and mental. So if you're stunned, anything physical, you got to bid 2 traits instead of 1. Bewildered is for mental. For antagonists, they don't bid traits. Instead, it lowers their threshold and it gives them penalties, basically. As Nord, you roll up. Describe what happens here.
Well, Nord's creeping along like the little psycho jungle creature he has been, and he's hunted tigers. And
how does it feel to be hunted?
He's definitely, been in this situation where it's like he's hunting this big animal that he's pretty sure was going to kill him. So he's like super methodical and his nature, and he just like sticks it right, inches from the back of his head because he's so close.
This.
Just pow pow. Yeah.
Yep. Now, are you shooting once or twice?
Twice.
Oh, well, then roll a d6 chaos die since you're shooting
Okay.
twice. Now, if you roll a 1, let me know.
I rolled a 1.
You should re-roll that with a proficiency.
I will do that. I'm going to use
That,
my
sir, will steal your thunder.
skullduggery. I'm going to use my skullduggery proficiency.
Nostalgic says they're like a wet team.
And that's a 5.
All right, so that's an extra point of damage. So you did 11 damage. For the chat, general people have between 6 and 8 vitality. Okay? These guys are obviously something's going on, which is why they have more. So with 11, you shoot this guy in the back of the head. His like occipital lobe explodes. Had you done a mishap, he would have still taken the damage, but you would have gotten hurt too. That's essentially what would have happened. You are covered, Nord, in blood and brain matter. As the guy flies forward from the blast, you smell it. It's not pleasant. As he turns, I'm going to get graphic just for everybody knows. Graphic announcement. As drool, his face contorts. His eye, you can see, is dead as his like rolls around in his fucking head as he looks up at you with his good eye. Obviously dazed out of his mind, right? Because part of it's gone. As he says something you can't quite understand, it's English, he kicks open the door and lumbers out, still up. Kicking the door back, it sort of swings. Blood and brain matter are going on the ground as you see his hands covered in this blood and blue gloves. As he smacks them together, you hear this crack and static. You see lightning hit the various power lines. And the air fill with energy.
Like an 80s movie villain.
Like an 80s movie villain.
We still have
Yes.
my cunning.
Oh, I know. I'm aware. As he cracks his hands, you see this zonk. And he says something to you that's probably evil and foreboding, but it comes out like this. Farts. Because he's got half a brain right now.
Sure.
Simon, it's your turn. The action is on you, sir.
So I will pull out my revolver and shoot at his head as well. It would be harder
How
for
is
me
that?
because, well, no, I mean just because he's above the car. That's what. So I have to hit the top area.
Yep. So what are you bidding?
I am going. I'm going to bid bad cop.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You're bidding bad cop to hit him.
Uh-huh.
So normally these guys bow def is 2 because Nord has already attacked him. It's a bow def of 1, and that's how it works.
Sure.
Every time you get attacked, it's it's essentially 1 harder, so you can get mobbed. But this guy will get a defense for you, or from you. We'll say, chat, do you have dice? I'll give it a good few seconds. And
What
that'll
do,
determine the threshold. It'll be
Is
grace.
that brawn? It's grace.
Grace.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure before I started rolling it.
So if the chat has dice, it's a D10 and a D8. And tell me what you get on both dice. I'll give it a good 15, 20 seconds. If you don't, it's fine. We'll have one of the playoff roll.
They always have dice.
Yeah, they always do. Nostalgic, the way this works is 4 to 7 on a die is 1 success. 8 up is 2 successes. So roll a D8 and a D10 and tell me how many successes you get. And hopefully she's not using the Gary Gygax die. If she is, you're in trouble. All right. What'd you get, Mr. Simon?
Oh, I haven't rolled yet. I was waiting to.
Oh, indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. I did not expect, I don't know, because I've been GMing so long, I don't know why I haven't learned this lesson, that players will overcome antagonists. Ooh, 3. All right, so that is threshold 4, because he's got a BODF of 2.
Okay.
But Nord has attacked him, so he's got a BODF of 1. So it is a 4 threshold to hit this guy in the face.
Okay.
You get a mishap die, roll a d6 on top of whatever you're rolling, because you're going for the head.
Okay. So that's 2 successes. I'm going to do a violence proficiency.
I told Nostalgic she's being nice to you all for not using the dice.
Okay. I'm also going to bid the trait thirsty on my flask.
Okay.
So
you
it's
take a fucking swig first.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice Nostalgic.
It's got me at 3.
Now remember, people like Tony can drop cunning and aid you.
Got me at 3.
Duly noted.
I'm going
I don't
to
think
do,
Tony wants to do that.
I'm going to do resilient to activate small arms,
Yep.
which will add a d4.
Do it.
Come on, I want one more. Nope.
What'd you get on that mishap die? Or chaos dice?
Oh, 5.
5? So that's a
Yeah.
success.
Yeah, but I'm counting it, so I'm at 3
Okay.
right now. So
Yep.
I basically have 1 on each die except for
You could unload more than 1 round and get another chaos dice.
okay.
Or die, I should say.
I will do
Just don't roll a
that.
1 on it.
Still not enough though. But I will so I'm still at 3.
How's he gonna get up there?
I'm gonna take a second swig. I did 2 swigs from my flask.
Oh yeah. As you fire off a couple shots. Damn it.
Shit. So I'll use my expression proficiency because I'll say shit after the first shot into the second one. There we go. So that's got me 4. It took me a while to get there, but I have 4.
So that is limbo.
Yep.
Anything else?
I've used. Oh well, because I've used 2 expressions and 2. I've maxed out.
All right. Roll damage.
Okay. So it's 1d6.
And this is a headshot, so you get a d4 extra die of damage on top of it.
Okay.
It's actually pretty fucking powerful. It's almost like I thought about it once.
And how much extra you say?
D4.
Okay, yeah. So that's 9 damage.
All right. Now, since you hit limbo, it is halved.
So that's
rounded
4.
up. So it'd be 5.
Oh, 5. Okay.
All right. So you hit this dude. All right. They have, how many vitality do they have? Let me see.
And I'll say, this is my expression. Told you we'd meet again.
Indeed. Let me see. Give me just a second. I'm going to find him. All right. He's taken 11. You just did 5. He's got 14 vitality. How do you do this?
Well, so like I'm sitting there and I've just watched Leah like just walk up and kill this man. And so I'm like, ugh, and I take 2 swigs off my flask. I pull out my gun after seeing Nord shoot him, and I shoot him. I shoot once, and then I'll say the line. I'll be like, "I told you we'd meet again," and shoot the second time.
As he turns a dead eye to you briefly, you see this electricity go around him. As Simon says this, tight shot, subtitles in Chinese. Blammo! You see the bullet with like bullet lines as his head explodes like a fucking pumpkin. His hands go wild, Nord, and do like this weird like jazz hands thing. As his body stammers around, does like a little, moonwalk, and he falls over dead. Blood everywhere, brain matter everywhere.
We just did an ad break.
Good. That's great.
The end.
Moonwalk, the end. Great. Well, I didn't expect you all to kill 2 of the detectives.
I feel
Oh.
like these guys have been asking for it. Just
Well, these
like-
are two different ones. They're not the 2 that have been after you.
Yeah.
I thought
You have-
One of them-
the redhead,
redhead was.
Well, the redhead, yeah, but the people that had been
kind of broke
after
into
you
Simon's
prior.
apartment.
Yeah, not-
And he
most
was
of the
warned.
game. Huh? Yeah, that
He was warned.
That he was.
He was told. It was like, dude, we got you.
We fingered it. Yep. 5 viewers, all to see them ad breaks. Yeah, apparently. So I was looking at the. We've got about a minute left of this break. I was looking at the channel analytics and such, and the way it works is if they're like a super member or something, subscriber plus, then if they skip ads, we actually still get the ad revenue. So it actually behooves people to be subscribers because they can skip ads and it still helps the channel. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah. What can I say? Everyone on the podcast gets to hear this. If you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah.
Also,
And
the
the
podcast's been doing
YouTubes.
pretty well. And the YouTubes. All right. And we're back in very, very soon.
No.
Now. We waited for you all, just so you know. Right. As he does this little moonwalk, his body crumples down. There is a stillness in the air, like something is about to happen. The action is still on the players because you guys pretty much spent cunning, except for Tony. You guys get a reaction who spent cunning. You see Leah fall down. She faints, basically.
Was Leah? Leah was covered in blood too, wasn't she?
Blood spatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be like, Tony, get Leah's car, and I'm going to try to kind of pick her up some, like under the arms from behind her, and drag her to her car and get her in the back seat.
Very easy to do. You hear a low and long thunder peal starting. Are you going to bid anything? And Nord, what are you doing since you have a reaction?
I'm going to
Don't
bid
think I can
evasive.
hear you.
Ha ha ha
Yeah, hit it.
ha ha. I am going to go to their car because that is where my interest is.
Yep.
I'm going to use my bloody sleeve and open up their car door and see
The
if there's
passenger
anything
side?
in there.
Because the driver's side is open.
Is the
Oh, no,
driver's
it's not.
side
No, it's
open?
not. Never mind. It's not. Because she thought she shot through the open window.
He
you're
was
right.
the passenger that was still in the car. Is that correct, or was the driver in the car?
Passenger.
All right. So I'm going to go to the driver's side.
Yep.
Open the door using my coat, not my fingers.
Yep.
And I would like to bid Vagabond to see if there's anything in there of note that.
Oh, there definitely is. Go ahead and throw down. And do all what you need to do and tell me how many successes you get. Meanwhile, Simon, you're bidding?
I bid evasive, basically, because I'm trying to get, and as I'm carrying her and I see Nord, I'm like, Nord, get all the weapons. And I'm bringing her over to put her into the Corolla.
All right, as you bid, you easily do this. You note that Tony is standing at the corner, kind of watching, and the antagonists go. Tony, as you're looking out at all of this, there is a silence, a stillness that is unnerving. For a moment, almost as though the sky is watching you, like Big Brother or something. You hear another thunder peal. And it is the player turn. So, Tony, what are you doing?
Okay. So I'm going to do something. What I'm going to do is, so first of all, I left that book that I got from the bookstore at my apartment. But since reading it was such a profound event at the time, and it's been so soon, I still remember about a paragraph's worth of text.
Yeah. You could also spend a pip and say you have it.
Okay. Well,
so
in that
pips allow you to change the past in a small way or a slight way, so you can just be like, I have it with me.
All right, I have it with me.
All right, spend a pip, and you do.
I open it up to the page that I read out of the book, and I start reciting it.
I love this. So what do you bid?
I bid priest because.
And you get a chaos die on the roll of your sanity roll. Sanity roll. So go ahead and make your mind roll. So mind and action die. And you get a d6 as well. Tell me if you get a 1 on d6.
D6 plus another D6 plus a D10.
I'm out of bourbon.
I did not get a 6.
We need another
I did not
few.
get a 1.
We need another few subscribers so that we can buy all of us bourbon. You didn't get a 1. All right, what did you get total?
I got 1 success.
All right, so the threshold on this, I believe it started at 2, so it is now 3, so you failed by 2. Are you going to do any juju to make it not that bad? You can also spend breath to go to limbo.
Nostalgic said that they can give Hulker a pip so he doesn't have to spend it.
Yes, Nostalgic, you can do that. So, Tony, you get that pip back.
Okay. And I will spend. A breath.
All right, you drop breath, you immediately go to limbo, which means you don't gain a derangement, but you do gain a flaw. Nostalgic and or chat, tell us what the flaw is Tony gets for reading the words from this poem. This, Cthulhu poem is basically what it is. All right. Meanwhile, still player turn. What are you two doing? You have accomplished your previous task. Nord, what did you get on your roll?
What was the roll for Vagabond?
It was
Vagabond?
to look around.
That is a mind or wit, you think? Mind?
Well, it's up to you. Do you piece things together, or are you looking for stuff? Are you like, oh, clearly it's this, or is it I'm going to look for stuff?
I'm going to look for stuff that, I would imagine that they are. It's a police car, correct?
No.
It's not a police car. Oh, okay.
No, it's an Oldsmobile from the 70s.
It just has a police spotlight on it.
With a police spotlight on it. I am just going to think about where Nord hides stuff in interesting places and behind things and up under seat parts. And, I'm just going to look for anything that stands out. I just presume that all the guns are on his person. I don't necessarily want to grab for the guns first. I want to actually search for specific things, like what they're about, who they are, and I might grab their ID, as well as look for if there are books in the car, if there's papers, if there's anything of note, like runic things. And so I'm using kind of what we've been looking at for the last 11 episodes and seeing if they have anything of note that relates to that in the car. And I'll probably pop the back trunk as well.
All right. So you will get the ID. You will get this person's guns. Remember, he had many. He had an ankle holster with a gun. He had a gun on his hip. He had a shoulder strapped gun, and he had a shotgun. He's also got his blue gloves. There's a few things he has on his person. So getting all of this will actually take some time. What was the threshold you hit?
I have 4 successes.
Yeah, so you can get all of that if you wish. Searching the body will take a little bit of time. You're going to have to spend another round getting the rest of the car. Because you're searching through.
I will yell at Tony to help.
Okay.
And stop whatever he's doing. Whatever
Tony
tomfoolery you're doing. Little help here.
Actions on you guys. You know where I'm going with this, so go. We'll get to you, Tony. We'll get to you, Tony.
Again, the guns aren't what I'm looking for first. It's stuff. I might throw the guns in a pile.
You do, but as you get his wallet, throw that down. You get a weird it looks like a tarot card, but it's thicker. Has weird runes and such all over it. Throw that back. It's like a fob, but it's like a tarot card size. Because everything's bigger in the 80s. Look through the glove compartment. You see another gun with bullets in little boxes. That's in there. And you pop the trunk. That's about what you can get at this point.
Yeah.
There will be in the back seat, you'll see a bag with a dossier in it. You'll get that. Okay, Simon.
How many cars are parked on the street here? Is it a lot, or is
all the way down?
So there's cars parked everywhere.
All over.
So what I'll do is, did Leah keep her keys on her, or did she leave them in the car?
High or low?
Low.
In the car.
In the car. So I get her into the back seat. I'm going to hop into the car, start it, and pull it out and move it a little bit farther down and
You just turned
pull
into
it back
fire.
over. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah. And pull it farther down, like away from just a few cars down, and pull it over to the side and leave her in the back. I'll take the keys out and I'll come back. I'll take the keys out and then I'm going to walk back to my car real quick.
All right. As you walk, or do you jog back to your car? Because you're a quarter mile away. Or I'm sorry, 3/4 of a mile away.
I'm going to jog because I'm going to go. I'm going to go get my bottle of bourbon and come back.
I see.
Yep.
All right. Let
It's
me.
Detroit.
Yep. Let me send this to Holker. Holker. There it is. I think that's right. That's that's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. So we'll get to you in a second, but you got to do this in a voice. I don't want it to be so anyway. No. It's got to be in character. All right. As this is all happening, finally I can get to what Nostalgic had said. I think that the fanatical is a good flaw for reading the. Indeed.
Yeah.
I think you
Or
get.
cultist.
Zealotry would be a good arrangement. Or cultist. So, yeah. Tony, you're definitely getting fanatical as a flaw. Did you fail? I think you failed.
I was
The
in
sanity
limbo.
roll? You were at limbo? Okay, you just get the fanatical. All right. Nostalgic, I'm trying to find what she says. You find Simon when you get back to the car. So, Leah had rolled on the nightshade, and she rolled it to where it will not kill Rebecca. She got that. She got it to where it was more of just a truth serum. That said, the vomiting and the laughing is probably going to be a thing, especially with locked doors.
I did give her a little anti.
Yeah.
You gave her anti-poison.
It's
Yeah.
not a thing. It's not helpful.
It's,
no.
well, it's a thing. It's just not anti-nightshade.
It
it's
actually
not-
makes it worse.
It's a toxin. Yeah. Okay, good. So, well,
All right.
there we are.
So, so Nostalgic says the antitoxin is going to cause a system purge. So she'll be forced to empty her stomach contents as well. So, actually, in a way, in a very good way, Nord, you probably saved her. Simon, you get back to your car.
Mm-hmm.
Out of her mind, sitting on the curb. The door is open. All the doors are open. You can see where she's attempted to clean the car with the water that's pooled on the street. She's got like her shoe, like her heel's broken, She's got like a shoe off. She looks like she's rolled around in the mud on like one side. Her hair's all fucked up. And she looks up at you. You see your car covered in puke. And we're going to say not shit because she got the anti-poison. She has not shat herself. You feel however you do, but when she looks at you, you see how sorry and just pathetic she feels as she's got the tear lines, down her face. And she says, "I'm so sorry. I tried to clean it."
You're fine. I will open the glove compartment, pull out the bourbon.
Oh, she's got
Pop-
the bourbon. She's holding it and she hands it to you.
Okay. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take a quick swig.
I think there's something wrong with the limes, maybe.
Do you have a handkerchief, or what cloth were you using to clean this up?
She looks down at her dress and then back up at you.
Okay, so I will reach into
It'll be like her panties she's used.
Okay.
That's all she had. That's it.
I will take them. Can I have them? I take them and start shoving them
Take
into
them.
the bottle as I walk back to the. As I walk
What
back
are you
to the.
Where are you going? As she calls out as you walk down the street.
I'll be back. Don't worry.
She's kind of cackling like Tourette's here and there. Like where are you going? Why am I laughing?
No.
As
And
you go back.
I'm hurrying back to the car. I'm not full-fledged running, but I'm very quick heading back to the car.
Just in time to hear Tony. Tony, what are you saying?
Stuff in Latin.
Yeah, well, you're reading it out loud.
I am reading it out loud.
You didn't translate it? I sent it to you.
No, I didn't get it. You never sent it to me.
No, I sent it to you by text.
Oh,
You gotta use your phone.
Too many different modes of communication
checked
exist
my-
in this planet.
I checked my Discord and I didn't see it. Anyways, here's what it says. The Dark Dreamer.
Indeed, it'll. Yeah, go on. No, you
The
gotta do it in voice,
Dark
motherfucker.
Dreamer.
You gotta do it in voice.
The
None of
Dark
this
Dreamer.
fucking-
Once
The Dark
revered,
Dreamer.
betrayed, in depths where shadows danced and secrets played. Enigmatic, ancient, her trust betrayed. Her hunger for their souls, a debt unpaid. Born of tides where promises once thrived, with eyes like sorrowed moons, now sheathed in gloom, a timeless soul, her heart once contrived, now lost in treacherous depths, a desolate tomb. Beware the consequences of deceit, for in her depths, where trust was once complete, Erishkagil, the dark dreamer's heartbeat, still haunt the ones who left her in retreat.
Now, if you want to hear that in Latin, we can do that too. Yeah. As you hear this, you all make sanity rolls.
Sanity.
So since this has happened so many fucking thresholds 4, baby.
Uh,
A lot of sanity all at the same time.
and you
Do
said
I
it's
hear him
once, right?
talking in the car while searching?
Oh yeah, you hear him. He's announcing it.
And that is
Nostalgic says, "Roll plit, give us the glorious theater."
What is sanity? What is sanity?
Sanity
How
is
do you roll
mind.
for sanity? Mind and
Action and mind.
action. Action.
Yep. And you see now
Shit.
how it aggregates. It's easy at first, but as you keep seeing or hearing shit, it gets worse and worse and worse.
I rolled 3 successes. I got a 10.
Ooh, that's really good. Yeah, so that means you get flair. Do you have anything to get it to 4? You can spend breath to make it limbo.
I could spend. Couldn't I spend when plans go awry? And get. I have a +2 to that.
Yes. Yes, that'll give you a +2. So you'd be a clean success.
I'm going to spend a breath to get to limbo because
Yeah.
I did not. I'm out of proficiencies.
Juju?
Yep, and I only rolled a 1 success.
Yeah.
So-
And on Tony, you got to make a threshold 4 as well. As Simon, you spending breath, you feel some arthritis from the cold wind in one of your joints. You don't see it yet, but there's some gray in your beard that forms as you spend this breath. but your mental walls stand firm. You only gain a flaw, which is something having to do with the Dark Dreamer or Erishkagel. Nightmares, this kind of thing.
Okay.
For Nord, it's the same difference. You still get a flaw, even with a clean success.
It's so many flaws.
Yes. Really, flaws are just traits that you can use. You know what though? Nord, I'm gonna say you don't get it. You got a clean success. You get scot-free. You don't have to have it. That makes sense. You've been hit a few times with this kind of thing. What'd you get, Tony?
I got 1 success.
All right. Mark another derangement, and you get a flaw, which is obsession.
With poetry.
As I get you. That's a pip. I love that. As you all, whatever you're doing, about halfway through, you realize that Tony is foaming at the mouth. His eyes looking up at the sky. Thunder peals. He's not even looking at the words, and he's speaking it half in Latin, half in English, half in some other language. You get back, Simon. Nord, Tony is not helping you. You've opened up the trunk. Do you look inside?
Yeah, I look inside.
As you open the trunk, you were first hit with the smell. Warning for all tricker people. A dead body in a plastic bag
Oh,
that's been there for a few days. As the flies which were trying to escape do. You're hit in the
He's dead,
face with
Nord.
it.
no,
Roll
I'm gonna
dice.
take a
Roll thy sanity.
sanity.
This shall be a threshold. This will be a 4.
That's 4 successes.
You got 4 successes? Hell yeah! All right. So limbo.
I got a 10 and an 8.
So what is the flaw that you get? You don't take a derangement? I'm thinking like tough shit or something.
Tough shit
Like
is what it
nihilism, 80s nihilism, something.
is. Yeah, just bleak.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
As you see a dead girl.
I
She's
take a
all
photo.
gothed out.
Absolutely,
As
take a photo.
with bleak, immediately pull out your camera, take a snapshot. She's all gothed out. All right. Action's on you all. What are you doing?
I yell to. Do I see Simon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm back there.
I yell to Simon, and I'm like, "Is this her?
Well, is what?
Is this Gabby? There's a dead
And-
body back here."
At that point, I will run back to the trunk, and I will look at her. I will bid cop to know if it is Gabby, if I need to bid.
As you bid, oh yeah, you do. As you bid
Okay.
cop, you realize fits the description, goth, about the right age. It's not her. This girl is not African American. She is Caucasian. You can tell though, since you bid cop, she's been bound, not abused. I mean, she's dead. Not tortured or anything, but ritualistically sacrificed. There is a weird puncture wound in her neck that looks like the point of entry. Her eyes are open, and we'll say that she's staring at Nord.
Okay. This changes things a bit. Help me quick. Let's pick her up and set her on the sidewalk.
We don't want to touch her. We can't disturb the scene.
Right, but this car is in the middle of the road. I was going to push it to the side and set it ablaze with the two bodies to get rid of anything that we had here. But we can't do this with this innocent person in the trunk. Nobody's going to know about her now if we do that.
Well, I could set this car on fire. That's easy.
No. This not. I don't
Cars are
want to
driving by
burn-
on the main street.
I don't want to burn her body because then her family won't know.
Yeah, okay. I got it.
That's what I was saying is if we move the car to the side, we take her body out, burn the car, but leave the body beside it, her family will know what happened to her.
Well, let's just leave
But
the car
it'll-
here and move her. Yeah.
But then the car's in the middle of the street here.
Yeah, that's fine. They'll see it. If you, it doesn't matter. I mean, we don't have to move the car.
Well,
We'll just
I'm
set
just
it on
saying,
fire.
you
If we're
guys-
gonna set it on fire, it's just like set it on fire.
I don't want to set it on fire with her body in it.
Yeah, we'll take the body out, but we don't need to move the car. Let's just set it on fire. I mean,
Okay.
I'll help Simon.
Okay.
As you
So we'll
guys-
pick up.
As you guys pull her out, you can see pretty immediately there's no rigor mortis.
So she's been dead for a while.
No, there's no rigor mortis.
Well, but
She's just.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah, it's past the point of rigor
Yeah,
mortis.
it's past it.
Oh.
So we will. Okay.
Is this?
Nord, cover your hands. So,
Yeah. I got.
and we'll take.
I'm basically
and-
gonna take my coat off and wrap her in my coat
Yep.
and like.
As you guys get her to the ground, Tony, you kind of come to and you look over and see them moving a dead body out of the trunk.
Do you have a lighter there? Light this, and I hold the bourbon to him with Rebecca's panties sticking out of it.
No, dude, I got this. You want to set this thing on fire? I just take a little thing out of my caustic little. I got some powder, and I throw it in the car, and it explodes.
I'm sitting with a Molotov cocktail, and you're not gonna.
Fine, you can throw it in. It's on fire. The car's on fire.
Oh, then
If you want to throw the bourbon in, you can do that.
I don't know if I want to drink it after it's had Rebecca's panties in it.
I'll drink it.
Oh, here you go. You can have this now. Then it's yours.
As the car is on fire, catching fire, Tony, you see Nord and Simon arguing.
Nord. Tony, wait. Get into Leah's car. Nord, you drive it. I'll drive my Buick with Rebecca, and we need to get somewhere quick.
Oh
Not the
yeah,
hideaway.
sure.
I think we should avoid. I think we should try to make the club in a bit, but
Well, we can't go like this. We're gonna have
Not
to
like
get
Yeah,
this.
I think we should regroup.
let's regroup. Back to your house.
Yeah.
Is that what we're- All right, I know where you guys live. I'll meet you there.
As you're all at first in Leah's car, she's passed out in the back. You all are covered in brain matter and blood.
Well, I headed to my Buick, and I'm getting
Uh,
Rebecca in the puke filled
Oh
Buick.
god. So it'll be Nord and Tony in Leah's car. Who's driving?
I told Nord to.
I'm gonna drive. I don't think
Alright.
Tony's in a state of mind to drive in this moment.
Tony, you've got some spittle that's just dried, caked to your face. You're holding this book, white knuckling it. Leah's in the back, asleep, still fainted. Simon, you get back to the Buick. You get Rebecca in there. she's in the passenger seat as you guys pull out, and Nord drives up. And as you guys go back to the Boulevard apartment building, no one says anything. It's a quiet drive, a silence.
Well,
Hold on.
yeah.
In the background, you hear an explosion. Fire lighting up. And it's just this scene of bedlam. And now quiet. And now you can go. What were you going to say?
I was just gonna ask Rebecca, are you feeling better at least?
Actually, I'm feeling a lot better. Whatever Nord gave me to eat was nice.
Okay.
Did you?
I just wanted to make sure.
Did you use my pennies?
Well, I'll buy you some new ones.
I'm
Sorry.
kind of freeballing it here.
Well, there's vomit everywhere, so you probably would have wanted to get rid of them anyway.
She kind of looks up at you. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'll take a water hose to it later.
As you all get back to the Boulevard, Rebecca goes into her room and takes a shower. She's really not interested in anything right now, but she wants to take a hot shower. You all get back to the rooms. What are you doing specifically? And this is the last scene.
I don't think I like nostalgic right now because they're saying that Tony would probably want to be reading the book.
That's because nostalgic is all about Cthulhu.
That's real.
I'm gonna
She knows
go
what's up.
back to my apartment, put the book away, and then get cleaned up and take a shower.
Yep. What about
Yeah.
you, Simon? And what about you, Nord?
As before we, who?
And what do you do with Leah?
That's what I was about to.
I'm gonna drive by my van, and Leah can just wait in the car.
No, we need to.
She's
We
knocked
need to
out.
bring her into someone's apartment. I'll take
No,
her
I mean,
to my apartment
I'll
when you get there.
I'll go there eventually, but I'm gonna go buy my van first and pick up a couple of clothes that are clean.
Yep.
And I'm gonna pick up this book that we found in Tony's apartment that magically appeared, and just double verify that the van is okay. And then I'll head to the Tony and Simon's apartment.
So you actually take a detour to near Grosse Pointe and then come
Absolutely.
back. Okay.
Just a quick detour.
Yep.
So Rebecca and I will, I guess, get there first, and I'll look at Rebecca. I'm like, if you need anything, just bang on the wall. I'm gonna go into my apartment.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine. I just need a hot shower.
I
As
know,
she goes,
but if something weird happens, just bang on the wall. I'll be over there and as quick as I can be.
I will, and she gives you a kiss on the forehead.
And then I'll go
She
into
turns
my
back around and
apartment.
do it. You do. In your apartment, what are you doing?
I'm going to clean up real quick, and I'm probably gonna take a quick nap.
Nord, you get back to the quiet boulevard, go up the elevator. Where do you go? Your
I'll
van
go to
is fine.
Simon's and
You knock on the door.
Oh,
Ding, 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 ding. No answer at first.
okay. I'll keep knocking until I get.
Simon, you are awoken by a knocking on the door.
Okay, I'll go answer it.
You gonna help me with this with Leah?
Okay, we'll bring her and we'll put her in here. So I'll go down with him and pick up.
And you do all that?
Yeah, and
Yep.
also a note: I left all the Buick windows down.
Probably a good idea.
All of them are
Probably a
down.
good idea.
Nobody's gonna steal anything out of my car. It smells like shit.
As you guys get back to Simon's, Tony, you're taking a shower. Rebecca's taking a shower. Simon and Nord, you drop Leah off on the couch. You crash. I'm going to say, before you know it, you're all asleep.
Nord, if you want, you can stay here. You'll have to sleep in a chair, but
Oh, that's fine.
right.
I think I might go crash in my van and then come back.
All right.
But I will use your shower first.
Okay.
As Nord takes the shower, Nord, you pass by Rebecca's, maybe even think about knocking on the door. Do you?
Yeah, maybe I knock on the door, Rebecca's door.
She opens the door. She
you busy?
pulls you inside and fucks you. All right.
You're busy.
Yay! You still awake? You up?
Simon, you're tuckering out. Tony, you're tuckering out. Simon, as you're in bed going to sleep, right as you go to sleep, you hear the distant sound of drums. Your thoughts go to Bell Island, to the wild, to the water, to the bubbling from the deep. And probably buy some pizza or whatever's going on in the ad break.
Yeah.
So we have a minute and a half, and then I'm going to finish this up.
They always hit in like the worst times.
Yeah. No good way to do it. No good way to do
it. Where do we buy the book for the role-playing game that we're playing?
So you can get it kind of anywhere. You can get it on Amazon. Right now, Amazon, if you go to Amazon.com and type in DreadLore, L-O-R-E, one, you can find this podcast. But two, the DreadLore core book, the hardback, is like $46. Amazon did a discount on it. I did not make this. It's seriously like 45% discount on the book. So yeah, if you don't have a copy of the DreadLore core book, right now go and get it on Amazon, because it is literally the cheapest you can get it anywhere. Like, that's cheaper than I can literally make it online. There's an EPUB. You can get on drive-thru, on Lulu Press, but I would go to Amazon right now. My favorite version is the Lulu Press version, which is the one you guys have. It's a softer, it's a hardback, but it has more of like a felty feel to it, and I like it more.
Yeah, the pages feel nice. The cover feels really nice.
Yeah, and that's the Lulu Press version, which you can go to Linktree and see that, or the official website, or just Lulu Press and search for DreadLore. But the cheapest version is definitely on Amazon right now, and I think it's cheap because of your all's reviews. I think they did a sale because it got popular.
Nice.
Okay.
And we're back.
Nord, you go off and fuck the shit out of Rebecca. Simon, as you're going to sleep, you hear distant tribal sounds, drums. You think of Bell Island, of the deep, of the water, of the bubbling royal that was coming towards Tony and you. And somehow in this mind's eye, as you go into your dream, you dive into the water, into the black. And the drum sounds are darker here and louder. And you hear the voice, Erishkagal. And the chanting begins. And you wake in a cold sweat. You sweat through your sheets. It is 2 hours have passed. It's about midnight. A little bit rested, but like no time has passed. Nord, you do what you do. Roll me a Roll me a brawn.
Not the brawny.
Brawn and action die.
And an action. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That is 2 successes.
You have 2 successes.
No.
Simon.
Whoa.
Simon. You go to bed. Simon, it's not Simon. Tony, you go to bed. Sorry, this dog is distracting. Can you hear the dog? Good. You go to bed, roll over, tossing and turning, hearing these voices in your head, hearing the poem, trying to resist the urge to read. But you do. You do resist. You go to sleep, and you have a peaceful dream. In the dream, you're sitting by this coffee, this nightstand, nice light in like a library or something. Old, think like Captain Picard's study. Things don't actually make sense because you're dreaming. But at this point, you don't really know it. And you're reading a book. None of the letters make sense. They're in hieroglyphics or something. It's all in Red Writ, but it's very comforting. Do you like what you see? You hear a voice say.
I say yes.
And as you look up, you see standing before you a woman clad in shadow and black and fishnet and goth, everything. The shadows are roiling around her, undulating behind her, souls perhaps in her train. It goes on and on into this deep ocean underneath the world. Her eyes are lowered. Her lids are lowered. As she looks up, pitch black sockets. She reaches out her hand. Come with me as you wake up. You wake up curled in a fetal position. You've got the book. There's blood everywhere. Your fingernails are gone as you've gnawed them off.
Whoa.
You're completely naked in this bed as you hear a ding, 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 ding on the door. And that will be your friends waking you up. All right,
This is
that's
why
where we're
they
going to
outlawed
end.
Quaaludes.
They did. We're going to end there. This is a new scene. So you guys, next time, you will get all your shit back. Did anyone get any goals? Did you get a goal?
Yeah. Of course it did. Fuck.
Finally! Finally!
Absolutely. He lost his virginity.
To Rebecca Foster. First success was like, bam! Second success was something totally different. All right. Hulker, what group goals are we at?
That brings us to 10.
All right, you guys get 2 more, and you get a advancement for the group.
For a
Nord.
second there.
Yep.
For a second there, I almost thought I got a big goal.
Uh-oh. Almost.
Almost.
But you didn't find out who the girl was, though. You didn't search the body.
I did take a photo, but we didn't do much.
You can hit a pip to search the body.
Yeah, I think we should. I'll use a pip to.
All right. So you've searched the body. You will get her identification.
Yeah.
Her name is
good.
Abigail. I'm sorry. It's Adriana.
Adriana
Lamond.
Yay.
So Nord, you get a pip. You get an experience point, and you regain 1 cunning and 1 breath for achieving that goal. All right. Well done, all yous. Whoo! last thoughts?
This was a dark episode.
Yeah.
I was hoping we'd avoid. I mean, we can wait for after hours to talk about this if you want to take a break.
Yeah, we can. We'll end this because I know Holker's got to go.
Yep.
Do you want me to split the stream?
Yeah. But we'll do that in a second. All right. Special thanks to Patreon patrons. If you want to join the Patreon, join it. It's DreadLore. It will help us in our filmmaking ideas. It will help us in making these podcasts and all that good stuff. Okay, so they are Tim Roberts and Mr. Daniel Holker. Thank you very much. Media production is by Couch Fire Media. If you need some media production, check out Couch Fire Media. I should say www.couchfiremedia.com. Music is by all lowercase letters, which you can find on everywhere. If you're doing your TikToks, if you're doing your Instagrams, check out all lowercase letters. Good shit. Also, your interrupt. We're going to be back here Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, we will likely do our Into Space saga. So the near future. It's basically Starship Troopers or aliens. It's going to be a lot of fun. We might have a guest star. But check us out then. If you want to do the podcast, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, DreadLore or The Red Writ, either one. Please like, subscribe, follow, do all the free stuff. All of that absolutely fucking helps us. And gets this word out so that, we can make something even bigger and better out of this. Yes, that's what we got. Great. Okay. Anything else? Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you after hours.
How quick are we coming back for after hours?
We'll be on the after hours in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Or
10.
10.
We are going to cut the stream, but we'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Later, guys.
Yeah, Drizzle, it's up. Bye, Holker. Yeah, Drizzle, it is up to you, sir. How long?